Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Flesh and Blood video. So there's been a big banned and restricted announcement that's taking out two key cards from the meta. We're going to get right into it. I know I've just made a video on the tier list, and I will be putting an updated version out of that later. But yeah, let's get right into this and kind of tackle what's just happened. So we'll head over to the articles on Flesh and Blood's website, and we see it, banned and restricted announcement. Let's make it full screen. It's easier for you to see, and here we go. High-octane has been banned. So I think a lot of people speculated this after Brian Gottlieb said on stream during Worlds, we don't know how much longer that card's going to be sticking around, and it's because of Dash.io. The incredible things that deck's been able to do, combo kills. It was the last round of Swiss, where Sam Sutherland, on turn 5, spent half an hour planning out his turn and killed his opponent. It was amazing. One of the best games I've ever seen on stream, but yeah, it's very strong. High-octane, if you don't know what the card does, every time you boost, you get an action point. So every time you boost, you gain an action point. Paired with Cerebellum Processor, you're drawing cards. It's very strong, and I understand why it's been banned. And then Count Your Blessings Blue. So I've had some time to think about this. I saw it maybe like an hour ago. I've already changed my new list, and I've just completely cut Count Your Blessings now. Count Your Blessings was strong because of having all three of them. The exponential damage, exponential healing. But you're missing out on quite a lot by just banning one. So I think their plan is to really remove it from the format or push it into obscurity, purely because now it's going to be very select decks that run them because there's less of them. And having only 6 really removes a lot of the effectiveness in the deck, as well as the frequency you see them. So you have more of the issues of, instead of getting them throughout the game, you might just get hand clumped with them and you don't even have any in the bin already and you are just playing off-rate cards. So I really think Count Your Blessings, if not entirely removed from the meta, will be pushed into obscurity for just a few decks. So let's read what they've said. A few months back, when we published the updated design and development principles, we put much focus on guiding the game away from cards that create extreme offensive overlaps. The most common way for extreme offensive overlaps in Flesh and Blood is via cards that replace themselves, typically by drawing more cards. In isolation, High-octane does not create offensive overlaps. A truism about Flesh and Blood game system is a permanent that can attack is worth some percentage of a card when evaluating value per card on a turn cycle basis. There are deeper layers of consideration, such as playing cards expends it from your deck, while activating a weapon typically preserves your card count. But if we look at some simple comparisons, a weapon often provides a value proposition near equivalent to a card's value worth of value. Okay, so there's a lot here about the weapons. And I'm assuming it's to do with the Mechanologist, the gun that basically can deal 12 damage a turn if you've gotten counters on it and you've boosted enough with High-octane. So Count Your Blessings, what is a control deck? Definition of a control deck in the broad context of trading card games is a deck whose strategic premise is to neutralize the threats of opponents. And this is a great point. I'm not going to read through the rest of this. You guys can read it now if you'd like. But Count Your Blessings wasn't doing that. It wasn't neutralizing anything. You were just having an insane amount of life gain to the point where some decks couldn't kill you. They couldn't actually deal enough damage. They would fatigue themselves out before they do, which effectively 100 damage, which is, if you got your Count Your Blessings, it's 100 damage. And they get fatigued out if they don't know exactly how to play into it, which even if they do know exactly how to play in it, there's no guarantee that it's going to work out. So yeah, that's how that is. In Blitz, I don't really play Blitz, but Zen is no longer living. Ballista is banned. I thought Ballista was already banned. Interesting. But yeah. We know about the Open the Floodgates because Kano would just be too strong. Literally, he was too strong. He won the Living Legend because they removed Tome of Aether Winds so that they could make that card, but they obviously didn't remove it in Living Legends, so that card is very strong, and they've restricted it in response to Peter Pudens. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Peter, you should come watch my videos. I'm a big fan of yours, but yeah, Peter won the Battle Hardened. Congrats, man. And so they've restricted it in response. So yeah, what does this mean for the meta? So, to be honest, obviously, I know that the max is going to be gone. Max was already maybe B A tier, probably C or D, where he was when he came out initially. Even with Supercell, the the whole point was you get octane, high octane, you use your mech and you do like a massive turn where you do like 40 damage, where you swing with your mech 3 times after doing a maximum velocity turn effectively. So he's going to be gone. I don't know where Dasho is going to be. I haven't played enough Dasho with high octane to know how useful that card was. I know it's very strong, and I know Dasho is going to take a big hit. She's not going to be an S tier hero anymore. She was the best, arguably top 3, top 2 even. So she's not going to be that anymore. She might still be A tier. She still does really strong things, especially with the new gear. She still has that combo. It's going to be less effective. She's got that armor piece still. So hey, she can still create loads of she can still create loads of action points. It's just less effective without high octane. But yeah, count your blessings. I really think it's going to be gone. I don't see it sticking around much. And again, if it does, it will be in far more select decks rather than just running it in any deck that can fatigue. Because as it's written down here by James White, that's not what a fatigue deck should be. A control deck should be. It's just, yeah. Count your blessings. Enigma is what a control deck looks like in Flesh and Blood. It's a strategic objective to neutralize the opponent's threats. Once it has achieved it, reducing the opponent to its formality, typically achieved by assembling an army of spectral tokens. Exactly, so that's a great point. That does build quite a board state, and that's fatigue, but there are deeper layers to this kind of deck, however, such as it must pivot its game plan when facing a control mirror or combo deck that can assemble a game-ending combo in the absence of pressure and or disruption that typically stymies such deck. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be seen as much. Yeah, I think that's basically it. It's only 2 cards are gone. I don't, as a whole, I don't think the meta's going to be affected much. I think Enigma will still be the best deck. I do think Dash is going to drop out, but how does that really affect decks around it? Not much. I mean, Nu really likes that matchup, so maybe Nu will get a little bit worse not having that at the top. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is a very rushed and casual video. I'm happy to make more of these if you guys do enjoy this sort of thing. I just saw the update. I was like, got to make a video on this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my other videos if you're interested, and have a great one.